Welcome back, everyone. If you are just starting your English journey, or you are still in those early stages where everything feels a little new, this episode was made exactly for you.
And honestly, today's topic is one of my favorites because it is something every single person on this planet does every single day.
I'm Lily.
And I'm Eric. And today we are talking about daily life, specifically morning routines.
Morning routines. The things you do from the moment you open your eyes to the moment you walk out the door.
Or in my case, the moment I finally walk out the door.
Okay, same. But here's the thing, and I want you to really think about this for a second. Your morning doesn't start when you get up.
Wait, what do you mean?
It starts the night before. You set your alarm. Maybe you set 2 alarms. Maybe you set 5.
5 alarms. I know someone listening right now is nodding their head.
And then the next morning, the alarm goes off. And what do?
You don't move.
You just lie there.
You hear the alarm. Your brain hears it, your body hears it, and you think, I'll get up in 1 minute.
1 minute becomes 5. 5 becomes 10. And suddenly,
you're late. Every time.
Every time. And you know what? That moment, that one quiet, warm, half-asleep moment, it is one of the most human things in the world. It doesn't matter where you live. It doesn't matter what language you speak.
Everyone has felt that. Everyone.
So today, we are going to talk through a real morning, step by step, in simple, natural English that you can actually use in your own life.
We're going to walk through the whole morning together. And along the way, we'll introduce you to some really useful everyday words and phrases.
Words like snooze, get dressed, skip breakfast, in a rush, all the vocabulary that shows up in real daily conversations.
And if you hear a word or phrase you don't know, don't worry. We will explain it right there in the conversation.
So get comfortable. Maybe you're listening to this in the morning right now.
Maybe you're still in bed.
And that is perfectly fine. Let's begin. Okay, so let's set the scene. It's morning, your alarm goes off. And the very first thing most people do, before anything else,
they hit the snooze button.
The snooze button. Now, if you don't know that word, snooze, it simply means to sleep for a little bit longer. When you hit snooze on your alarm, you are saying 5 more minutes. Please.
And those 5 minutes are honestly the best 5 minutes of the whole day.
They really are. But eventually, you have to get up. And that moment, the moment your feet actually touch the floor,
that is the hardest part.
For so many people, yes. Some of you listening right now know exactly what I mean. You sit on the edge of the bed, you just sit there, eyes half open.
You're not asleep, but you're not really awake either. You're somewhere in between.
And there's actually a phrase for that feeling, half asleep. It means your body is awake, but your mind is still catching up.
My mind takes about 30 minutes to catch up, maybe longer.
Okay, so after that, what's usually next? Most people go straight to the bathroom.
Right. You wash your face, you brush your teeth, and if you're anything like me, you're doing all of this with your eyes half closed.
That image is so real. Brushing your teeth, that just means cleaning your teeth with a toothbrush. It sounds obvious, right? But it is one of those phrases that beginners sometimes don't know in English.
And wash your face? Again, very simple. But these are the words you actually need for real conversations. Not complicated grammar, just real, everyday phrases.
Exactly. Now, here's where mornings get interesting. Because after the bathroom comes the question that stresses people out more than anything else.
What to wear?
Yes, getting dressed. And get dressed simply means to put your clothes on. But the choosing part.
The choosing part is a whole separate problem. You open your wardrobe, you stare at it, you have plenty of clothes.
And somehow nothing feels right.
Somehow nothing feels right. Every single morning.
I know someone listening right now is laughing because this is them. This is exactly them.
And then you finally pick something, you get dressed, and now comes the next big moment in the morning routine. Breakfast.
Breakfast, the first meal of the day. And people are very divided on this one.
Very divided, meaning people have very different opinions. Some people love breakfast. They wake up hungry, they need to eat before they can do anything.
And then there are people who skip breakfast entirely. Now, skip here means to not do something, to miss it on purpose. So if you skip breakfast, you choose not to eat in the morning.
I used to skip breakfast all the time. I'd just grab a cup of coffee and run out the door.
Grab here is a really useful casual word. It means to quickly take something. I grabbed a coffee. I grabbed my bag. You'll hear this word a lot in natural English conversation.
And run out the door. That doesn't mean you are literally running. It means you leave very quickly, usually because you're late.
Which brings us to the feeling that ties the whole morning together.
Being in a rush.
Yes, in a rush. It means you are hurrying. You don't have enough time. Everything is moving too fast and you're trying to catch up.
Your keys are missing, your phone is at 0% battery, you can't find your other shoe.
One shoe. Why is it always one shoe?
Always. And in that moment, in that completely chaotic, messy, rushing moment, you tell yourself,
Tomorrow I will wake up earlier.
and then tomorrow comes.
And you hit snooze again.
Every single time.
But here's what I find really beautiful about all of this. These small, messy, imperfect moments. The snooze button, the half-closed eyes, the missing shoe.
They're universal. Everyone has them. In every country. In every language.
And now you know how to talk about them in English, which means you are already having real conversations right now, in your head, in your life.
That's not a small thing. That's actually a really big deal. Okay, so here's something I've been thinking about. We've been talking about all the ways mornings go wrong. The snooze button, the missing shoe, the rushed coffee.
The one shoe.
Always the one shoe. But I want to flip this for a second, because I think there's something we're missing.
What do you mean?
So a while back, and I'm not going to pretend this was some big life-changing moment, but a while back, I started doing one tiny thing differently in the morning.
Just one thing?
Just one thing. I started making my coffee before I looked at my phone.
Huh. That's it?
That's it. I know it sounds almost too simple, but here's what happened. That 2 minutes, just standing there waiting for the coffee, became the quietest, most peaceful part of my whole day.
I love that, because what you're describing, without even realizing it, is a habit. And habit is such an important word. A habit is something you do regularly, almost automatically, without thinking too much about it.
Exactly. And the thing about habits is they don't have to be big. They don't have to be impressive. They just have to be yours.
If you're the kind of person who always feels rushed in the morning, and I know a lot of people listening right now feel that way, it doesn't mean you need a perfect routine. It just means you need one small thing to hold on to.
One anchor. Something that says, this is my morning. This moment belongs to me.
Anchor. I love that word here. An anchor is what keeps a ship from drifting away. And in this sense, your small morning habit is what keeps your whole day from feeling out of control.
Wait, I never thought about it like that.
That's actually a really good way to put it.
Thank you. And here's another phrase I want to introduce. Take your time. It means don't rush. Move at a comfortable pace. Give yourself space to breathe.
And I think that's what mornings are really asking us to do. Even when they're messy. Even when you hit snooze 3 times and can't find your keys.
Even then, somewhere inside that chaos, there's a chance to take your time for just one moment.
Even 60 seconds of stillness can change the feeling of your whole morning.
Completely. And there's one more phrase I think is really beautiful for this. Start fresh. It means to begin again, with no stress from yesterday, no pressure from last week, just this morning, this moment, clean and new.
Every morning is actually a start fresh moment when you think about it.
It really is. And I think that's what makes mornings so interesting as a topic, because they're not just about routines. They're about how you choose to begin.
Okay, that hit differently. Because you're right. The routine is just the surface. Underneath it, it's really about how you want to feel when the day starts.
Exactly. Do you want to feel rushed, stressed, already behind before the day has even begun? Or do you want to feel even just a little bit like you are in control, like the morning is yours? And here's the thing, and this is something I really want everyone listening to hear. You don't need a perfect morning to have a good day. You just need one moment that feels like yours.
1 cup of coffee before the phone. 1 song you love while you get dressed. 1 minute of just sitting quietly before the world starts asking things of you.
Small things, simple things, but they add up. And before you know it, you actually start to look forward to your morning.
Oh, look forward to. That's a great phrase. It means to feel excited or happy about something that is coming. I look forward to my morning coffee. I look forward to the weekend.
Yes. And notice how naturally that phrase just appeared in the conversation? That's how real English works. You don't study a phrase and then use it. You hear it enough times in context, and one day it just comes out naturally.
That's honestly the best way to learn a language. Not from a textbook, from real moments, real conversations, real feelings.
Just like this one.
Just like this one.
Okay, so we have walked through a whole morning together. From that very first alarm, to the snooze button, to the bathroom, the breakfast, the missing shoe.
The one shoe. We cannot forget the one shoe.
Never. But here's what I want to leave you with. And I want you to really sit with this for a moment.
Go ahead.
Your morning routine does not have to look like anyone else's. It doesn't have to be 5 a.m. wake-ups and green smoothies and a perfect to-do list.
Thank goodness for that.
It just has to feel like yours. One small thing. One quiet moment. That's enough.
And if your morning was already a little chaotic today, that's okay too. Tomorrow is a completely fresh start, a new chance to try again.
Every single morning is that, a fresh start. And now, you also have the English words to talk about it, to describe your morning, to share it with someone, to understand it when you hear it in a conversation.
And that, right there, is real progress. Not perfect English, real English, used in real life.
Beautifully said. Okay, before we say goodbye, we have one of my favorite parts of every episode.
The Revision Lab.
The Revision Lab, where we go back through the most important words and phrases from today's conversation, quickly, clearly, and in a way that actually sticks.
Because hearing a word once is good, but hearing it again with context, that's when it really enters your memory.
So let's go. Word number 1, snooze.
Snooze.
It means to sleep for a short extra time. Usually when you press the snooze button on your alarm, you get 5 more minutes of sleep. Example, I hit snooze 3 times this morning.
Word number 2, half asleep.
Half asleep.
This means your body is awake, but your mind is still sleepy. Not fully awake yet. Example, I made my coffee half asleep.
Number 3, get dressed.
Get dressed simply means to put your clothes on. Example, I get dressed after breakfast.
Number 4, skip.
Skip, to not do something on purpose, to miss it. Example, she skipped breakfast because she was late.
Number 5, grab.
Grab, to quickly take something. Very casual and very natural in everyday English. Example, he grabbed his bag and ran out the door.
Number 6, in a rush.
In a rush, it means you are hurrying. You don't have enough time. Example, I was in a rush this morning, so I skipped breakfast.
Number 7, habit.
Habit, something you do regularly without thinking too much about it. Example, drinking coffee in the morning is my habit.
Number 8, take your time.
Take your time. It means don't rush, move at a comfortable pace. Example, you don't have to hurry. Take your time.
Number 9, start fresh.
Start fresh. To begin again with no stress or pressure from before. A clean new beginning. Example, every morning is a chance to start fresh.
And number 10, look forward to.
Look forward to.
To feel happy or excited about something that is coming. Example, I look forward to my quiet morning coffee every day.
10 phrases, all from one real conversation. All words you will hear again and again in everyday English.
And here's the beautiful thing. You didn't study them from a list. You heard them in a story, in a real moment. That's the difference.
That is the difference. Okay, I think that's a perfect place to end.
I agree. And if you're listening to this in the morning right now, I hope it made your morning just a little bit warmer.
And if you're listening at night, well, now you're ready for tomorrow morning.
Already prepared. I love that.
Thank you so much for spending this time with us. Keep listening, keep practicing, and remember,
Your English is growing every single day, even on the slow mornings, even on the rushed ones.
especially on those ones. We'll see you in the next episode.
Take care, everyone, and don't forget to set your alarm.